All right, let's get real for a second. There's this dude from a company called MentorMe.co, and he claims he can show you how to make $250,000 a year as a Scrum Master. Oh, and get this, he says you can do it working less than 5 hours a week. Sounds sketchy, right? That's what I thought too. But hey, let's dive in. Maybe there's something here we're all missing. Before I start, if you're tired of scams and want a real solution for making money online, check out my #1 recommendation in the description below. I'm quoting the guy almost word for word here. MentorMe promises to deliver 3 key results. They'll train and reposition you to become a Scrum Master. They'll help you identify companies that are actively hiring for this role. And then they'll teach you the exact method to reach out to these companies, land the interviews, and, if all goes well, lock in a high-paying position. Sounds simple enough, right? And, of course, they'll keep working with you until you get the job, no matter how long it takes. So basically, it's guaranteed, just not in the traditional money-back kind of way. Now, if you're thinking, what even is a Scrum Master? You're not alone. A Scrum Master isn't some ancient martial arts title, despite how it sounds. In the tech world, a Scrum Master is essentially a project leader in agile software development teams. They don't write code, but they're the ones making sure the team does right code, on time, efficiently, and collaboratively. Think of it like this. The Scrum Master is the coach. The devs are the players. The Scrum Master keeps the game moving, clears blockers, keeps morale high, and ensures everyone sticks to the plan. And here's the kicker. You don't need a tech background to do it. Soft skills like communication, organization, and leadership are actually more important than knowing how to code. Okay, so this guy isn't just making wild claims. He brings receipts, or at least anecdotal success stories. Let's run through a few. Rajesh went from making $38,000 as a quality assurance analyst to $95,000 as a Scrum Master in just 12 weeks. Michael was earning $45,000 as a business analyst. 8 weeks later, he's at $110,000. Hammond made $80,000 as a developer. 6 months in the program, boom, $182,000 as a Scrum Master. Natalie went from $120,000 as a project manager to $205,000 as a Scrum Master in 10 weeks. Era jumped from $105,000 to $170,000 in that same 10-week window. Now I know what you're thinking. Okay, but how do I know these aren't just cherry-picked unicorns? Fair. That's always a risk with programs like these. But that's also where the mentorship model comes in. Why this works. So, what makes this approach any different from a million other career boot camps promising you big money? The founder's answer, mentorship. According to him, it's not just about taking an online course and reading PDFs until your eyes fall out. It's about being guided by real professionals, people who've already done what you're trying to do, people who've walked your path, failed, succeeded, and can show you exactly where the landmines are. Inside the program, they claim you get access to top 5% Scrum Masters and Agile coaches, some of whom are reportedly making over $1 million a year. Mock interviews, in-house recruiters, resume help, ongoing alumni support. The goal? Turn you into someone companies can't wait to hire, and then support you all the way through your first role and beyond. All right, time for the part you've been waiting for. What's the catch? Let's be real. No one's handing out 6-figure salaries like Oprah. This isn't you get a Scrum job, and you get a Scrum job. So what are we not being told? First, the time it actually takes to become a Scrum Master who's worth $250,000. That part's a little murky. Yes, some students made big jumps in 8 to 12 weeks, but others, like Hammond, took 6 months. And the $250,000 number? That seems to come directly from the founder's personal story. Not one of the case studies mentioned in the pitch hit that number yet. They're impressive, don't get me wrong, but not quite quarter-mil status. So maybe that's more of a long-term goal rather than a 90-day guarantee. Second, the guarantee isn't a money-back thing. It's a keep working with you until you succeed kind of thing, which, hey, is still valuable, but you're still out the money if it doesn't pan out. And that brings us to the big question. What's it going to cost? Here's where things usually get dicey, because most programs like this don't list their prices publicly. MentorMe doesn't either. But based on similar programs in the tech bootcamp or mentorship space, you're probably looking at anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000, maybe more. Whether that's a one-time fee, payment plan, or income share agreement. That's likely discussed on the consultation call. And that's where the sales process kicks in. If you've ever been on one of those book a free strategy call things, you already know what I'm talking about. It's equal parts helpful and sleazy. You just have to go in with your eyes open. So, is this worth looking into? Well, let's break it down. Pro number 1, Scrum Master roles are in demand. Tons of companies use Agile development. And if you can lead those teams effectively, you can absolutely make 6 figures. Pro number 2, you don't need to learn to code. This makes it a great pivot for people from admin, ops, QA, business analysis, project management, basically anyone organized, good with people, and willing to learn. Pro number 3, Mentorship matters. Having someone in your corner who knows how to navigate this space, that could seriously shortcut your timeline and reduce mistakes. But let's not ignore the cons. Con number 1, the $250,000 promise feels a bit hyped. Only one person, the founder, has apparently hit that level so far. Con number 2, the guarantee is not really a guarantee in the traditional sense. There's no refund policy as far as we know. Con number 3, you're likely going to spend several $1,000s. And success still depends on you showing up, learning fast, and crushing it in interviews. Here's the bottom line. If you're stuck at a job you hate, or just looking to level up your career without learning how to code, the Scrum Master path could be worth exploring. MentorMe's pitch is bold, but it might work for the right kind of person. Someone who's driven, coachable, and willing to invest time and money in themselves. So, if you're curious, book the call. Ask the hard questions. Dig into the details. But don't forget, there are no magic bullets. Before you leave, if you're tired of scams and want a real solution for making money online, check out my number 1 recommendation. Click the link in the description to see the best business to start online, which made me over $26,000 last month alone. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share,